If you spent much time around boat ramps, you've probably seen it all. Boats floating away, trucks backed into the lake, people blocking the ramp or having difficulties backing their trailer. Well, I recently asked BoaterInput subscribers to tell me about the biggest mistakes they have experienced or witnessed at the boat ramp. And the answers were remarkably consistent, and honestly, they match what I've seen over several decades of boating. So today I'm sharing the 5 biggest boat ramp mistakes, and most importantly, what you can do to avoid making them yourself. So let's get started. Mistake number 1 was forgetting the drain plug. This was easily one of the most common responses that I received. Almost every boater either admittedly has done this before or knows someone who has. And sometimes this little mistake can have serious consequences, as Anonymous from Fort Lauderdale shared. He forgot to put in his drain plug and then panicked when he realized it. He quickly put his truck into reverse to get his trailer back in the water, but he forgot to put his truck into park, and so you can guess what happened after that. Not good. An easy way to avoid this from happening is to do what airline pilots do, and that is to have a pre-flight safety checklist. And that is on a small index card. Jot down a few key things to check before you dump your boat in the water. This might include such things as installing your drain plug, removing your tie-down straps or your transom saver, keep your winch strap connected until the boat is in the water, and turn your battery on if you have a battery switch. Of course, you can add to this list as you deem appropriate, but those are some of the basic things that apply to most everyone who trailers their boat. Mistake number 2 is unhooking your winch strap too early. That's the strap or the hook that connects to your bow eyelet. Several people describe seeing their boat slide off the trailer before they even reach the water, and that's exactly what happened to me the first time I tried to launch my fishing boat. You see, I was in the boat while my wife was in the truck, and as soon as she took off the parking brake, the trailer jolted a little bit, causing my brand new boat to slide off the trailer and onto the ramp just a few feet away from the water. And that is very easy to do if you're on a steep ramp or if you have a roller trailer. So to prevent this, be sure to leave the winch strap attached until your trailer is backed into the water and you're ready to launch. It takes a few extra seconds and can save thousands of dollars in damage, and I can speak for myself, a whole lot of embarrassment. So mistake number 3 is not being able to back the trailer. Now, let's be honest, backing a trailer is one of the biggest stress points for new or infrequent boaters, and it seems like everyone is waiting, people are watching, and suddenly your trailer starts going everywhere except where you want it to. So here's one of the easiest tricks that I've learned. You put one hand on the bottom of your steering wheel. Now, whichever direction your hand moves, that's the direction the trailer will move to. So if you want to go left, move your hand to the left. You want to go right, move your hand to the right. Also, be sure to take your time. Small steering corrections work much better than big ones. And if you ever get crooked, just pull forward and start over. Even experienced boaters do this. Mistake number 4 is backing your vehicle too far into the water, whether to launch your boat or to retrieve it. Several boaters in my survey personally experienced or witnessed this firsthand. For example, Anonymous from Sioux Narrows, Canada, described a situation where he saw someone back too far into the water and the boat floated away. The owner then jumped into the vehicle and ended up climbing out the back window as his vehicle sunk. Obviously, a very dangerous and expensive situation. And while you might think something like this won't happen to you, the odds increase if the ramp is very slick or shallow. So what do you do to avoid this mistake? Well, first thing you do is if you have an all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive vehicle, make sure you engage it in four-wheel drive first, especially if the ramp appears to be slick or covered in algae. Next, back slowly and in small increments, and then check your progress along the way. You don't want to back in any further than you need to. Then once your boat starts to float slightly, take note of the depth of your trailer. Specifically, check out the water line relative to the top of your trailer fenders and bunks. This will tell you how far you need to back your trailer the next time you launch or retrieve your boat from that same ramp. Now, one other tip. When loading your boat, I like to get my bunks completely wet before positioning my trailer. This will make the bunks a little bit slicker and therefore easier to load your boat onto the trailer versus driving onto dry carpeting. It's also important that your trailer is neither too deep or too shallow. If you back in too deep, the back of your boat may drift off and get cockeyed when you go to pull your boat out. But if the trailer is too shallow, you might have to aggressively power your boat onto the trailer, which could cause damage if you hit something, or wash up the ramp, which is not good either. Now, it's important to note that every ramp is a little bit different, so you might need to adjust the process when you go someplace else. Now, the fifth and final mistake is poor boat ramp etiquette. This may not damage your boat, but it can definitely raise everyone's blood pressure or test their patience. Now, many survey responses mention people who block the launch ramp while loading their equipment and getting their boat ready. But the key thing to remember is to use the staging area or parking lot before you get in line at the ramp. This is where you should load your gear, install your drain plug, remove your transom straps, and connect any dock lines before you back down the ramp. But just remember to keep the winch strap fastened to the bow of your boat before you back into the water. Now, I have one more bonus item that didn't come up in my survey, but it's important nonetheless, and that is before you pull your boat out of the water, don't forget to trim up your engine. Otherwise, you may grind down the skeg on your engine when you pull it up the ramp. Launching or retrieving your boat up the ramp can be stressful, especially on the weekends or on crowded waterways. But if you remember these few tips, it should make things a lot easier and more relaxing for all involved. Now I'd love to hear from you. What are some of the biggest mistakes you've ever made or witnessed at a boat ramp? Share your experiences in the comments section down below. That might help other boaters from making the same mistakes. And if you found this video helpful, do me a favor and click on that like button. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel to get my weekly tips and insights for boaters. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Happy 250th birthday, America, and I will see you on the water.